children in this country and the families and you out there that don't have a voice. The frustration I brought and the energy I brought. Do you have
permission to film here?
I'm in a city.
Do you have permission to film here?
Please, get away.
Do you have permission to film here?
For our families and for our children. The energy that I have to solve those problems, putting every option on the table, looking for ways to get things done will never stop. It never has. Those of you who have known me for a long time know that I will always focus on that. I will always be there with that energy and that passion. I know you don't have to play it safe. I know that you can stand up and talk strongly for children and families and improving the healthcare system, making sure that everyone has access at the right point in time. I'm asking for your support, and I hope after today we have a chance to talk more and I can gain it. Thank you very much.
What are you guys doing?
Well, thank you, Jim Meffert. I have to admit, I think I neglected one of my duties as moderator. Do we have, was someone selected to go first, or do we have a coin to flip here that we don't? All right, let's get a coin up here. We'll quickly flip that and get started here on the first. Tell anybody's got nowadays. All right. Since Maureen started, I'll let you call it. Scales. Maureen, you get to choose, first or second?
Oh, I think I will go first this time.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, these are the prepared questions. Again, we're going to get you your questions. Continue to fill out the cards, and we'll get there. 28 years of reckless borrow and spend fiscal policies created a historically monumental debt and huge deficits, and then handed the bill back to our grandchildren. Alan Greenspan now admits there is a fatal flaw in the free market philosophy. The market does not really work the way they thought it did. How do we preserve the constructive effects
Oh, so she's not with the city?
the catastrophic effects of greed?
And she's asked you to go sign in, so you should go sign in.
Well, that's a big question, and I would say that...
You were a guest here at this event. You should go sign in. Otherwise,
I don't have any problem. If she brings it to me, I'll be happy to sign whatever she wants.
no, you need to go to her and sign in if she requested, sir.
Interesting. No, I'm just asking that because I think that's a different question than the economy back at. And it's on the deficit, right? There we go. Sorry about that. We were given these questions ahead of time, just let you know. And that one was
Who do you represent?
the deficit, right?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, let's just go to, I'll go to, I'm assuming you're talking about, you're reading the ones you're given. Yes, well, anyway, under Clinton's pay-as-you-go, we actually grew a surplus of $22 million and $250 billion. And I agree with the House rules now that we should have pay-as-you-go policy, where anything we do, we explain how we're going to pay for it. Finally, or next, I would never get us into a war without really needing to do so, without our security being at risk. Because the Afghanistan war and the Iraq war, which today is the 7th anniversary of the Iraq war, it's cost us $747 billion and over 4,000 lives. Today was the day we invaded Iraq 7 years ago. The total cost of these wars, nearly $1 trillion, is essentially equal to the 2009 deficit. Even without the cost of these wars, we would still have a deficit, but nowhere near this. And while more wars and money are lost, and we increase the debt and the deficit, they certainly are not investments, and no one ever thinks of them as an investment. But right now, our government is spending, and people are criticizing our government for spending to try to move our economy forward. Well, we have to spend to have high return investments and to turn around some of the lack of investments we've had for over 10 years.
Could you repeat that?
So we've needed to put this money back into our economy by investing into people in their lives, such as with economic investments like high technology and manufacturing in the United States and in education. And we'll talk later about the education. We need to have accountable spending, and I would support knowing where our tax dollars go by having more transparency. We need to know what our government is spending its money on and what we're giving them. We need to know what those contracts are about when they're given, and we need to end ineffective programs. So I would champion accountability in our spending programs.
Jim Meffert.
First thing we need is an honest discussion about how the deficit was created. It was the 2001 tax cuts that we borrowed from China. We asked for a loan from our children and grandchildren to pay for that. It's the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan that we borrowed from China and Japan. We put that on the backs of our children and grandchildren. We borrowed from Medicare Part D. We have got to stop doing that. We have got to say enough. We are not going to borrow any more money on the backs of our children and grandchildren. The best way to make sure that we get the deficit taken care of, fundamentally, is to fix our economy. We know full well that when our economy, when productivity goes down, our economy goes down, and unemployment goes up, there's more pressure on our services. It's a cause and effect that actually puts higher demand on what government is trying to do. It puts higher demand on healthcare services, on food stamps, on housing allowances. So the best way to decrease the deficit right now is to make sure we're getting people back